What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys an NFL Week 3 DFS podcast, discussing the main slate on Sunday, and as usual, I will be giving you guys a pretty sizable Guru credit code here after the first couple of my plays. I'll be using FanDuel for salaries, as I always do. We have 13 games on the FanDuel slate, 7 in the early window, 5 in the afternoon window, which is really nice. I like when there's at least 4 in the afternoon window. We get 5 in week 3, and then as FanDuel has done, and as I've said, they're doing the Sunday Night Football game on the main slate. I don't like it, but it is a good game between the Chiefs and the Falcons. We see a handful of games on this week 3 slate with an over-under below 40 in the 30s. So it's going to be tough. There's not a ton of great spots. As we've seen so far this year, not a lot of offensive production. A lot of quarterbacks throwing below 200 yards in a game. And just yards in total are tough to come by. I'm going to do a value play for each position here, as I always do. Give this video a like, and make sure you do subscribe and put my notifications on so you don't miss any other videos and giveaways. As I always do, we're going to start off with quarterback here this week. Decent amount of quarterbacks in good spots. I do like Mahomes in Atlanta. You're paying a premium as you always do. Kyler Murray looked fantastic against the Rams, getting his rookie wide receiver involved early with Marvin Harrison. CJ Stroud in a good spot in Minnesota in the Dome. Stroud obviously in Houston plays in a dome, so it's going to be an environment he's used to. In terms of value, though, for this video, I am going to go with Jared Goff in Arizona. I really like this Lions and Cardinals game for offense. Both defenses not great. Both offenses are great. To no surprise, it's the highest over-under on the slate. The only over-under that reaches the 50s. Goff, in terms of everyone, is projected the most passing yards on the entire slate, even more than Patrick Mahomes in Atlanta. Goff expected to throw for the high 200s in yards. I do like Goff a lot. He's got a ton of targets to throw to. St. Brown, Sam Laporta, who have both, struggled to get going early in this season. Jamison Williams, who's looked really good as a coming out year for him. And then he has dump passes for Jahmyr Gibbs. So Goff looks really good in Arizona at only $7,500. Basically $1,000 cheaper, than the top dogs, and he's expected to score as many fantasy points as any of them. So I do like Jared Goff at $7,500 as a value play. Pick your poison with who you pair him with, whether it's St. Brown, Laporta, or Jamison Williams. But for quarterback, I do like Jared Goff. For running back, it's kind of funny. Is he $5,500? No. He's actually almost $3,000 more. But I still like Jordan Mason at the Rams. The 49ers are in a really good spot. Still no Christian McCaffrey. He's on IR. Deebo Samuel is now doubtful. So we don't even have to worry about Deebo Samuel stealing 5 handoffs from Jordan Mason. Mason is going to be an absolute workhorse on Sunday. They are 7-point favorites. The game script has him getting the ball a lot as the 49ers try to establish a running game. He's projected for 89.5 rushing yards on Sunday, more than any other running back by a decent amount. So although he was an automatic chalk cheap play last week at $5,500, even at $8,300, I like him as my RB1 over everyone this week. I know it's crazy to say. Is he a must-play like he was last week? Obviously not. At $5,500 last week, he was a must-play. Still, at that elevated salary, he's still a great play. With no Deebo, no Christian McCaffrey, he should, be the absolute number 1 player on this 49ers offense on Sunday, making him, even at that $8,300 salary, a great play in all formats. For my Guru credit code, go to my website. You can make an account. This is where you get all main slate DFS lineups. NBA is right around the corner. You can get FanDuel and DraftKings lineups every day. NFL, not only main slates, but I do 3 other full roster slates, or 2 other, 1 p.m. only, 4 p.m. only. We had a much better week 2. Week 1 was brutal, but week 2 we saw cashes in the 1 p.m. slate, the main slate. And then we also have single game slates: Sunday night football, Monday night football, Thursday night football. You buy my content on the website with Guru credits as the currency. Go to the shop page. This code is going to get you 20 Guru credits. You also get 250 credits just for making an account. No credit card required, so you should definitely hop on. There's a ton of content I offer, especially on NFL Sunday. The code this week, as you can see this bar where you type in the code, it's week, all caps, week 3 NFL, and then the year 24. Week 3 NFL 24. If you hit apply coupon, after a couple of seconds it will say coupon successfully applied, and then after another couple of seconds those 20 credits will immediately jump right into your balance to use, whether it's on MLB main. Although we are getting towards the end of the season, I will be having playoff groups for the MLB season. That's when MLB DFS really ramps up again in October. It can get, it can turn into a bit of a drag at the end of September, but plenty of stuff to be looking forward to. And like I said, NBA, within a month is going to be coming back. Wide receiver, we're going to stick with the 49ers. With Christian McCaffrey out in the first 2 weeks, I didn't really love going to Brandon Ayuk because Deebo Samuel is still there along with George Kittle. Now that Deebo Samuel is doubtful with a calf injury, Brandon Ayuk looks like the best value receiver on Sunday at only 6,500. I think a pairing of Jordan Mason and Brandon Ayuk is fantastic. This is one of the better DFS environments on Sunday with the 49ers and Rams. Ayuk should be poised for a huge role. We have yet to see him break out in the first 2 weeks. Again, Deebo Samuel took away a lot of targets. If you wanted to target George Kittle, you could certainly do that too. He's 7,100. He's not my tight end play. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but Brandon Ayuk looks great. He's projected for some of the most receiving yards on the entire slate on Sunday. Looks really, really good at 6,500. For tight end, we're going to go with a rookie. He looks like one of the best tight ends in the NFL. You could even argue he looks like the best tight end in the NFL through the first 2 weeks. Brock Bowers with a cake matchup against the Carolina Panthers. I like Bowers. You could look at Devontae Adams as a GPP guy. He's always, capable of having a monstrous week as a wide receiver 1, especially against the Panthers. He's a modest, 7,800. Devontae Adams below 8K against the Panthers looks really good. But in terms of tight end, I do really like Brock Bowers at 6,300. I think it's too cheap for him. In the first 2 games, 8 and 9 targets. He went 9 of 9 in week 2 against a really stingy Ravens defense. 98 yards. Great production over the first 2 weeks, and he has yet to even found the end zone. He could easily get a touchdown against the Panthers. Again, the Panthers are the worst team in the NFL, so Bowers should feel like he's back in college again with this Panthers defense he's going to be facing on Sunday. Looks really, really good at 6,300. Definitely my favorite play. If you wanted to go $500 more, Trey McBride, we were on him last week. He's only 6,800, looks good. Like I was saying, with this Cardinals and Lions matchup, the best offensive DFS game on Sunday, and we luckily found him get a touchdown in week 2 by picking up a fumble in the end zone. So that was a bonus 6 points, but regardless, he's a great tight end. But I do like Brock Bowers the most at 6,300. If you wanted to go cheaper, to Dallas Goedert at 5,800. The Eagles are expected to be without A.J. Brown once again on Sunday. I do think the Eagles are going to have to throw the ball. They're actually underdogs by 3 points in New Orleans. The Saints have looked like the best team in the NFL through the first 2 weeks. So Goddard might be relied on more than we've seen him in the first 2 weeks, especially with no A.J. Brown. But again, Brock Bowers is my tight end of choice at only 6,300. For defense, as I always say, I don't like to, overanalyze it. I think a lot of luck comes into play. Tennessee Titans at home looks great. It's a 37 over-under. We're expected Malik Willis again. Even if Jordan Love were to play, he's not going to be 100%. Either way, the Titans look good at home at only 3,700. But I like the Chargers. The Chargers at Pittsburgh, it's going to be a gritty defensive environment. We've seen the Steelers start the year off 2-0 with 0 touchdowns. It's not like they're putting on offensive performances. It's just been the Steelers' defense that's been winning them the games. We all know Mike Tomlin is notorious for winning gritty games where the Steelers score below 20 points. So even if the Chargers lose this game, which they're expected to in Pittsburgh, I do think the Chargers could have a great defensive game. I'm not worried about Justin Fields. Nothing about this Steelers offense so far this year has made me worried about them. So I like the Chargers. I could see the Steelers winning another gritty game, like 13-7 or 13-9, something weird. It's the lowest over-under on the slate, and that says a lot. There's a lot of low over-unders. I think it's at 36. So at sub 4K, the Chargers look like a really nice value defense for Week 3. That'll do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like. Let's have a huge Week 3 on all the slates. And punch in that Guru credit code for the 20 credits. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off. Peace.